The first powered air flight was made little over a century ago, and since then airplanes have changed a lot to serve various purposes like transporting cargo, passengers, and even in military. Airplanes have also increased a lot in size since the first flight. Today we have massive airplanes to transport passengers and cargo, and planes that can fly huge distances. In this video, we will be taking a look at how big airplanes have become. On December 17, 1903, the Wright brothers made the first flight of a powered aircraft. It was called the Flyer. It had a wingspan of about 12.3 meters and it weighed about 274 kgs without the pilot. In the first ever powered flight made by Orville Wright on December 17, 1903, the Flyer flew a distance of 37 meters. Over the next two flights, it flew a distance of 53 meters and 61 meters. In 1914, the first scheduled flight was made from St. Petersburg, Florida to Tampa, Florida in the USA. This flight was made on Benoist XIV. It had a wingspan of 13.41 meters. Its length was about 8 meters and its empty weight was 567 kgs. In 1934, the Tupolev AN-T-20 was the largest aircraft. It had a wingspan of 63 meters. Its length was about 33 meters and its empty weight was massive 28.5 metric tons. In 1941, the Arado AR-232 made its first flight. It was the first modern cargo aircraft. Its wingspan was about 33.5 meters and its length was 23.5 meters and its empty weight was 12.7 tons and it could carry useful load of 4.5 tons. In 1942, the Messerschmitt Me 323 was the biggest land-based cargo plane during World War II. It had a wingspan of 55.2 meters, its length was 28.2 meters and its empty weight was 27 tons. In 1941, the Douglas XB-19 was the largest bomber made by the USA till 1946. It was an experimental aircraft. It had a wingspan of 64.6 meters, its length was 40.2 meters and its empty weight was 39 tons. In 1946, the Convair B-36 Peacemaker made its first flight. It was the largest aircraft in the world at its time. It had the longest wingspan of any combat aircraft ever built. It had a huge wingspan of 70.12 meters, its length was 49.42 meters and it had an empty weight of 75.5 tons. In 1947, the Hughes H-4 Hercules, an experimental aircraft, was the largest aircraft in the world. It had the longest wingspan of any aircraft in the world. It had a wingspan of 97.5 meters, its length was 66.65 meters and its empty weight was 113 tons. In 1988, the Antonov AN-225 Mriya made its first flight, which is the largest cargo aircraft in the world till today. It has a huge wingspan of 88.4 meters. That's more than twice the distance travelled by the Wright Flyer in the first ever powered air flight in 1903. Its length is 84 meters and it has an empty weight of massive 285 metric tons. In 2005, the Airbus A380 flew for the first time and it is the largest passenger aircraft ever produced. It has a wingspan of 79.72 meters, length of 72.72 meters and its empty weight is 276 metric tons. It can carry a maximum of 850 passengers at one time. In 2019, the Stratolaunch systems carrier is expected to make its first flight. First towed out for ground testing in 2017, it has a wingspan of 117 meters. Its length is 73 meters. It has a massive gross weight of 589 metric tons and it can carry an external payload of 230 tons. The Stratolaunch is supposed to be an aircraft carrier to provide a platform for air launch missions. If you liked this video, then hit the like button and also make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos on various interesting topics. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. All the links will be in the description box down below. And thank you for watching.